Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَّهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. That وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ, whoever fears Allah and keep Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in mind in everything that he or she does, Allah will pave a way for him.
وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَّهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ وَمَن يَتَوَكَّلْ عَلَى اللَّهِ فَهُوَ حَسْبُهُ.
Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Wassalatu wassalam ala Rasulil Kareem, amma ba'd. Respected viewers, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. It is a great honor that we bring to you today an episode from a series of episodes that we'll be discussing within these days of Ramadan. And this episode will revolve around the theme of relief in times of hardship and crisis. How do we assess relief in terms of difficulties and hardships that we go through as humans? This is going to be what we will discuss within this spiritual season of Ramadan. Relief in times of hardship, we look at it from the perspective of harnessing spiritual armaments to be able to assess the interventions of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in our daily activities, in our economic activities, in everything that we go through as servants of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When you look at how the concept of relief during hardship is treated in the Holy Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala attached some spiritual dimensions to it. In many places in the Quran, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned to the concept of taqwa being one of the most important tools and ingredients for assessing relief and intervention, divine intervention of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In the Holy Quran, in Surah At-Talaq, the chapter of divorce, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala mentioned that وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَل لَّهُ مَخْرَجًا وَيَرْزُقْهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. That وَمَن يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ, whoever fears Allah and obey the commandments of Allah and keep Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in mind in everything that he or she does, Allah will pave a way for him. يَجْعَل لَّهُ مَخْرَجًا. He will pave a way for him. وَيَرْزُقُهُ مِنْ حَيْثُ لَا يَحْتَسِبُ. And he will enrich him and provide for him from where he or she do not expect providence to come from. So you can see the concept of makhraj, a way out. And a way out here means when a person is in a state of difficulty, when all doors and avenues are closed upon him, then a way is paved for him. This is the concept of relief. Relief is sought when a person has no hope of going out of the difficulty and the challenge that he or she is going through. That is where relief is sought from. The same way, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala used the word makhraj, it means a way out for him whenever he is in a difficulty. So fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is very important. And this is actually what the month of Ramadan comes to teach Muslims. It comes once in a year to teach us the concept of taqwa. And so when we appreciate and understand the concept of taqwa, then we get relief from everything that we go through. And it's an opportunity that we use this month of Ramadan. Allah mentioned that يا أيها الذين آمنوا كتب عليكم الصيام كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم لعلكم تتقون. Allah called out to the believers and said, "O you who believe, كتب عليكم الصيام." The fasting has been made obligatory upon you. كما كتب على الذين من قبلكم, just as it was made obligatory upon those that came before you, لعلكم تتقون, in order that you will achieve taqwa, you will achieve fear of Allah, you will achieve piety. And the concept of taqwa, which we are using as one of the tools of gaining relief in terms of hardship, is a very comprehensive term that need to be dealt with and digested for proper comprehension of the term. What is taqwa? It has been defined by many scholars in diverse ways, all of them revolving around the concept of putting between yourself and the anger of Allah a barrier, putting a screen between yourself and the anger of Allah. Whatever will make Allah to be angry with you, a person should desist from that. That is what it means. However, one of the outstanding scholars among the companions of the Prophet, known as Ali bin Abi Talib radiallahu anhu, the fourth Khalifa, he defined taqwa as التقوى خوفا من الجليل والعمل بالتنزيل والقناعة بالقليل والاستعداد ليوم الرحيل. That taqwa is having the fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala at all times, fearing Allah that He is watching you, even if you are in a state of solitude and loneliness. You know that Allah is watching you. That this is number one step of taqwa. That if you know that wherever you find yourself, whether you are in a strange land or you are in your community, whether you are in solitude or you're in the public, whether you are in your own house with your kids and your wife, whatever you are dealing with, that you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. In your utterances, in your dealings, your economic deeds, that you fear Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. خوفا من الجليل والعمل بالتنزيل, and that working with the revealed books, the book that has been revealed to you, which is the Quran, that you should work accordingly. Today, many Muslims, especially in the month of Ramadan, we read Quran a lot. You read Quran from page to page. In many masajid across the world, in many mosques, there are hafadha, there are people, imams, who have memorized the Quran, and they come to lead us prayers. We read the Quran from Fatiha to Nas. But how far do we work and act according to the commandments of Allah in the Quran? This is what is going to get us relief. You read the Quran and you come across zakah. كل عبادي الذين آمنوا يقيموا الصلاة. Say to my servants who believe that they should establish the salah. وينفقوا مما رزقناهم سرا وعلانية. And they should spend of what we have given them in secret and in public. That is zakah. Give out zakah and give out sadaqah. How many of us give zakah? You read the Quran, it commands zakah, and you don't give zakah. How can we ascertain fear of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? You read the Quran, then Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala tells us that we should abstain from riba, interest. You're taking loans with interest or you're dealing in interest. Allah said we should abstain from that. How many of us abstain from that? So when you work according to the book that Allah has revealed, it's a side of taqwa. And the fourth definition, or the third element in the definition of Ali bin Abi Talib radiallahu anhu about taqwa, is al-qana'a bil qalil, you having been satisfied with whatever Allah has given you of provisions, and everything that Allah has given you, you will be satisfied with that. You will be pleased with that. And that is qana'a. That is the concept of qana'a, to be satisfied and to appreciate whatever Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given you. And the fourth element in the definition of Ali bin Abi Talib is al-isti'dad liyawmir rahil, preparing oneself and organizing oneself, making provisions for the day that one is departing from the world. If a person keep these things in mind all the time, then of course you will be able to achieve taqwa. And that وَمَنْ يَتَّقِ اللَّهَ يَجْعَلْ لَهُ مَخْرَجًا. And whoever has taqwa, Allah will pave a way for him from every difficulty. We will bring our discussion today to an end, until we meet in our next episode, inshallah. Continue to subscribe for more episode that is coming within this month of Ramadan. I'm Yahya Tuntunba. We pray to Allah to bless all of you, our listeners out there. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa
يتق
barakatuh.
الله يجعل له مخرجا ويرزقه من حيث لا يحتسب ومن يتوكل على الله فهو حسبه إن الله بالغ أمره قد جعل الله